Last time on Stranger Tales, a grease gremlin fried the stalker, but we're still coming in like a falling satellite. The White River is looking real close, and that 60 hertz hum from the console is turning into a 10,000-volt scream. We're hurtling through a tunnel of violet lightning and Arkansas's pine trees, the Zenith ship shaking like a leaf in a hurricane. Below us, the White River is a silver ribbon getting wider by the second. This ain't no gentle descent, folks. This is a full-blown, uncontrolled, high-stakes re-entry. The ship is screaming, the pines are a blur, and it feels like the whole universe is trying to tear us apart. Pull the lever, assistant. We're hitting the brakes on a prayer and a 3-string guitar chord. The assistant grabs that giant wooden lever on the console, the one we salvaged from that old hydroelectric dam, and throws all his weight into it. The ship groans, a deep, metallic protest against the sudden force. Sparks fly from overloaded circuits, and the lights flicker like dying stars. We're fighting against physics itself, trying to bleed off impossible speed before we turn into a crater just south of Bull Shoals. The river is right there, rushing up to meet us. You can almost count the rocks on the bank. Is this it? Is this how the saga ends, a fiery splashdown in the Ozarks? We brace for impact, the sound of tearing metal and splintering wood filling our ears. This is gonna be close. Then, just as we think we're about to become a permanent part of the Arkansas's landscape, everything changes. Suddenly, the sky stops screaming. The violent shaking subsides into a gentle sway. We're still moving, but we're not falling anymore. We're being held. I look out the main viewport, and I can't believe my eyes. Standing waist-deep in the middle of the White River is the moss-backed troll, looking like a limestone bluff come to life. He's ancient, bigger than any legend ever described, with shoulders wide enough to stop a freight train. He'd reached up with those massive stone arms covered in centuries of river moss and caught the Zenith mid-air, snatching us right out of our death spiral. The whole valley shakes with the impact. A deep, resonant thud echoes off the bluffs, vibrating through the water and up into the hull of our ship. It's the sound of impossible strength meeting unstoppable force. The troll's grip is firm, but surprisingly gentle. He holds us there for a moment, suspended over the rushing water, his ancient eyes peering into the cockpit. Then, with the care of a watchmaker handling a delicate instrument, he carefully sets us down on a wide gravel bar along the riverbank. The landing is so smooth, it's like we're a fragile glass tube that can't be broken. We're down. We're safe. We're home. For a moment, nobody moves. We just sit there, listening to the tick and ping of the coolant ship and the gentle lap of the river against the shore. The airlock hisses open, breaking the silence. A plume of steam and residual ozone pours out, and the cool night air rushes in. Arkansas's air never smelled so sweet, a mix of damp earth, pine, and river water. Sugar, our fearless canine companion, is the first one out. She hops down onto the Arkansas's gravel, shakes herself off, and looks around as if she just woke up from a long nap, completely unfazed. And then we see her. Walking out of the moonlit mist toward the ship is the Ozark witch, Miss Chrissy. She looks like a blonde-haired miracle, calm and radiant in the Ozark moonlight. She walks right up to the assistant, who's standing there by the open hatch, still trying to process everything that just happened. She doesn't say a word. She just smiles, a knowing, welcoming smile that says everything. And in that moment of silent reunion, a new sound cuts through the night. A familiar coded signal starts playing from the top of the bluffs overlooking the river. It's the Zero Antarctica signal, the message we were sent to retrieve. But we're not transmitting it. Someone else is. We're home, but the mission ain't over. Not by a long shot. As the signal echoes across the valley, the trees on the opposite bank begin to move. Shadowy figures emerge from the dark woods, their silhouettes stark against the moon. It's the folks from Shadow Hollow, our ground support team. They've been waiting for us. The whole network is here. It's all coming together. So you better tune in for part 8, because the Festival of the Fixed is about to begin. And it's going to turn Bull Shoals into the center of the entire galaxy. Thanks for watching. Guitardud.